Hey, everybody, welcome back to PMS, the Perpetual Motion Squad, a Big Bang Theory fan podcast. And we are your hosts, Big Bang Theory super fans and married couple, Kat.
And Paul,
How you doing today, honey?
I'm doing well.
Yeah,
Little tired, but we're okay. We're
I hear
it's
that. I'm really
yeah.
tired too today.
Although I'm excited because when this episode drops, which will be Monday, I
Uh-huh.
will be actually no, I won't be knee deep in it. I drop it at 1 a.m. in the morning. I'll be
Yeah.
asleep at 1 o'clock in the morning. However, on the Monday that it drops, I will be eagerly awaiting the Super Bowl, which I've taken the day off for.
Which is the ninth. Okay, so it's on Monday, the 9th of February here in Australia, which means it's Sunday night in America where it's being played.
The 8th, yes.
Yeah.
So
And
we
Paul is,
are
we got him some actual hot dogs and hot dog buns, and
yep,
we're gonna make some nachos.
tonight for dinner. Because we're gonna unless we got leftovers for
Well, originally
nachos.
we were supposed to make you nachos.
Yeah, but that's okay. She's gonna make me dippage.
Yes, I'm gonna make you chip dip,
Yep, chippage dippage.
and I might even make you some air fryer onion rings if I can find my recipe.
Okay. Well, whatever happens, I have taken the day off because I feel that listening to the Super Bowl on the radio that I've done for the last 4 years sucks ass.
Well,
So
it's
I
not just
am
that, but your team is in the Super Bowl.
exactly the New England Patriots are in the Super Bowl. So
Yep.
I'm not going to be driving along, having to listen to it sporadically while I'm in and out of the car in hospitals and surgeries and stuff like that. I want to actually sit and watch it. So I am
Yeah.
going to be staying home to watch it live
Yep,
this year.
exactly.
So that's why I'm a little tired today because we've been doing a whole lot. Cat is go go go. What are you doing this week for on Wednesday? What's happening?
On Wednesday, oh, I have
Yes.
my client attraction event, Clarity Meets Clients.
There you
And
go. So she's got a big
yeah,
thing coming up.
I've been working on that and trying to get my PowerPoint together. I may have I'm working on sorting out the details of a new business partnership where they are referring clients to me and done for you clients and all kinds of fun stuff. And yeah, I've been very busy the last few days and I'm a little tired.
Yeah.
And I still have
Now
so much to do before that event.
she does. Now I also want to say, first of all, also welcome to everybody that's watching us through YouTube,
Yes.
and welcome to everybody listening us through Spotify and wherever you listen to. Whether you're watching us or listening to us, you are part of the PMS family. And
Yes.
without you guys, we would just be sitting here talking to ourselves, which I do quite regularly. But it's always nice to actually hear that we've got supporters and
Yes.
fans all over the world listening to us talk about the Big Bang Theory.
Now, a few weeks ago was Christmas.
A
Eh,
few weeks ago.
yeah, it was like 6 weeks ago.
Was it?
Yeah.
Holy crap,
Yeah. Yeah. A few weeks ago.
holy crap on a cracker. Yep,
Yeah.
it was.
It was
Okay.
like 6 weeks ago was Christmas.
Oh, no, yeah.
And Rachel won the giveaway that we did at Christmas. So congratulations, Rachel.
Yes, congratulations, Rachel.
And Rachel and I are Facebook friends. So I'm happy if people friend request me. But Rachel and I have become friends over Facebook, and she was kind enough to jump on a video chat with me so that I could watch her open the present.
Yes, you
I'm
did.
not going to share the video.
No.
That's private, but I really appreciated that, and she really liked it, and we had fun opening that together and just chatting and catching up. So that was nice.
Yes. Well, that was awesome. So we really want to thank everybody. And just so you know, our listenership has happened now. I'm just trying to log into Spotify for podcasters or
Podcasters.
the creators because I want to definitely make sure that I've got everything that I'm looking for. As of
You should
right
have that
now,
open before you take all this down.
you talk to me, I know what I'm doing. As of right now, we have had 3,018 downloads.
Wow.
And I just want to also point out that we have now got 56 followers on Spotify.
Woo!
So we
How
really,
many on
I mean,
YouTube?
17 on YouTube, I
Okay.
believe. But the thing is that we just want to thank everybody for making
Yep.
this podcast as popular as it is.
Yes.
And funny enough, we have got now they give a percentage of how many people listen, right? So our biggest listenership is between 45 and 60 plus,
That sounds
right?
about right.
So between the ages of 28 and 34, we've got 25.7. Between 35 and 44, we've got 14%. Between 45 and 59, we've got 28.8%. And 60 plus, we've got 29.7%.
Okay, Paul likes
Now,
the numbers.
yeah, now out of that, we've got 74.8% female listeners.
Really? That must be that sexy Aussie accent of yours.
It is not my sexy Aussie accent.
I think it
And 24.8% are male listeners.
is.
So it is nothing to do with my accent
I think it
whatsoever.
is. I think it
I
is.
think you are mistaken to the greatest length. I swear to God. I do not believe anything with regards to my accent is dragging the female listeners into listening to us.
Okay, we're going to
So,
have to take a poll. Is it
no,
Paul
you
Foster's
can't because
sexy Aussie
okay,
accent?
that would be the worst thing. If we took a survey and said, answer us on Spotify in the comments section. Are you listening because of Paul or Kat? If they started to sway and they were listening to me more than because they're listening to it more because of me than of you, that would be terrible.
Mm.
So we're not going to ask that
No, we're just
question
going to ask if they
with
think your
her.
accent is sexy. Do you think my accent's sexy?
Yeah, well, there are a
Okay.
lot of men around the world who've got. Okay, what did you say when you were listening to the opening ceremony of the Winter Olympics today? What was your answer? What was your little comment?
Oh God, I love the Italian accent.
There you go. So
And I
there
do.
you go.
Well, there you go. I feel like I should have a bottle of Windex in my hand.
No, that's Greek. That's not
Yeah, I
Italian.
know, but that's where that comes from, honey. There you go.
That
That's
is,
him.
it's no, no, he's Greek. He's not Italian.
I know that, but that's where that, well, there you go, comes from, is
Really?
from my big fat Greek wedding.
Right.
And where
Mm,
he'll be like, "You give me any word, I show you how its origin is Greek," and they do it, and he says it. He says, "Ah, and there you go."
okay. I should
If you
be
don't
proud
believe
that.
me, we'll watch it again.
No, that's fine. Proud to be Greek. Season 2, episode number 22.
Hmm.
The classified materials turbulence this
Yes.
week. What did we think about this episode?
Okay, this one makes me laugh a
Mhm.
lot, but it doesn't really do a whole lot. I mean, I literally have three pieces of trivia,
Trivia.
and the first one is that this episode ties with the Cooper Hofstadter polarization for the longest episode title when it was first broadcast.
Oh, that actually would make sense.
Yeah.
Because when I put it up on either YouTube, not so much YouTube, when I put it up on Spotify, it's probably going to say the classified Matt, and that'll be as far as it'll
Yeah.
go because
We'll
the
we'll
materials turbulence is too big.
leave off the. You don't need that.
Well, no, I've got to put it all on there so everyone knows what it is. So,
But
but regardless,
if you put classified materials turbulence rather than the classified
okay,
materials
so it'll
turbulence.
be so you'd see classified materials tur.
Yeah.
So it won't be
As long as it
because
wasn't
even
classified materials turd.
yeah, well, we won't have
Okay, and
classified.
okay. This is why I love this episode is I have never been one of those to really seek it out and do it. But there's just something about the poop humor in this one that just is so damn funny. And as Sheldon says, there's just not a law of diminishing comedic results. It just
Yeah,
gets funnier.
it is one of those things where it's like it does seem to be getting it does seem to get funny
It just
or funnier
honestly,
and funnier.
it just gets funnier each time.
Yeah, I found that really interesting. Even Sheldon says, "Wow, there is just no end to the humor of toilet
Yeah,
humor."
there's just no diminishing comedic
But
returns.
that's the whole thing with anybody that is anything that happens with people with around toilet humor. It does tend to
See,
get
and
funnier
that's
and
the thing.
funnier.
I have never been one to really get into like poop humor and stuff like that. I leave that in the range of 7-year-old boys. Exactly.
I like it how I pointed to myself and you go exactly.
Yeah, well,
Nice.
like I'm supposed to disagree with you, but ever since I've been married to Paul, it just gets so funny. It's like last night when Oliver farted
Oh no.
and nearly took
Oh,
Paul out.
I'm telling you, there. Okay, anybody that's got dogs, I don't know what cats do. I don't think they do this, but anybody that's got dogs, how many of us have almost fallen over in a coma because our dog has decided to fart? I
Yeah.
mean, we've always said, point Oliver's ass at Russia, and the war in the Ukraine and Russia is over
Will be
because
over from the
he is
smell.
so potent. And like, I was just sitting there, just minding my own business,
What were we
watching
watching last night? Oh yeah, the Olympics.
the Olympics. So I'm just sitting there minding my own business, and then all of a sudden, it's like this smell comes up and goes, bang, punches
Okay,
you right in the face.
okay.
It's like,
There.
oh
Oh,
God,
I gotta see if I can find it.
it was. Our dog is shocking when it comes to farting. And
Just
he's
talk
very, very
amongst
proud of it
yourselves.
too. So I'll just
Yeah.
do a lot of filler, will I?
Yeah.
This is why people enjoy coming to listen to us because we fill them in on our dog farting humor, which
Yeah.
is
Okay. If
really nice.
there is a video on YouTube.
Hmm.
We are not affiliated with this by any way, shape, or form. But
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
the term you want to search on is farting dinosaur.
Yeah, I showed this to her.
And no, I showed it to you.
I thought I showed it to you.
Anyway, but years ago, they made this. It's from like 1920 years ago, right? But you have a T-Rex, one of those little ones, and a pig.
Like a little velociraptor.
Yeah, it is short. It's like almost like a
Yeah,
baby velociraptor.
yeah,
And the T-Rex farts, and the velociraptor's like, yeah. And then he's like, "Eek." And he finally farts and it blows him around the thing. And the T-Rex is like, "Ooh, yay, good for you," and claps. And then the and then the pig really releases this green cloud, this noxious green cloud. And both the T-Rex and the Velociraptor are like, and just sniffing at it, right? And then all of a sudden, the T-Rex falls over on the Velociraptor, and the pig looks at the camera and just gives this big grin.
yeah. You have to search for that
You
and just
gotta
to
see
see.
it. But it's like one of those. It's almost like a Pixar practice video for
Yeah, I don't
Pixar
know.
animators.
Maybe I should try and share the screen. Oh no,
But
because we
it's
might get monetized for that one if we share
yeah,
it.
we would.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, we
but
don't want to get
if you want the link, email us at
perpetual motion squad 00 at gmail.com. We can send you the link
and I'll
to it.
send you the link.
But in all honesty, anybody that's got YouTube can just search dinosaur fart. That's all
No,
you need to do.
or dinosaur farts or farting dinosaur, and it's
Yeah,
like the
and you'll
first
find
one
it.
that comes up.
Yeah,
And honest to God, when I first saw this, I kid you not, I think I watched it about 20 times on repeat
I'm pretty sure I showed her this one because
because it was that funny. The other one that is hilarious is the baby panda hiccup. Let me see if I can find the title of that one.
the funny one is the panda sneezed when
Yeah, that's the one, the baby
the
panda sneeze.
yeah and scared the crap out of its
His
mother.
mother.
That's not starting the podcast though. This is the whole thing.
Oh yeah, like we never get off
This is the
track.
filler that people are sitting there going, God, can we just fast forward into the episode,
But
please?
yeah, it's like baby panda sneezes and scares his mom. It's hilarious. And then there's the baby monkey riding backward on a pig. That's my other favorite YouTube video.
I wonder if there are people right now listening going, this is what she does with her time.
No, it's not. It's what I used to do with my time. Now I'm too busy working.
Now, one thing I wanted to ask you about this episode is what did you think about Leonard and his attitude
Um, I
of what
can
he's trying to do?
okay, I can understand it.
Mm, why?
Um, and I think it was a little inappropriate for Stuart to ask him for advice about Penny, knowing that he had a thing for Penny and had been going out
Um,
with her.
well, I mean, as Sheldon was it no as was it Sheldon? No, it wasn't Sheldon, it was Raj that said, he's asking his former suitor,
The current suitor is asking
asking the
advice from the
former
former
suitor.
suitor, and
So I mean,
Leonard was like, "Thank you for naming my pain."
yeah. Now
Maybe we can talk about the episode.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, let's. So, and this is the second to last episode before the end of season two.
Yeah.
Next week is the last one, which is the monopole
Monopole,
pol polarization. I think it is
it's the monopolar expedition.
expedition. Yeah.
Yeah.
So next
Well,
week's the last se of season two. Yeah.
this episode really sets up the end of this episode sets up the next episode.
Yeah. And then we go into season
Yeah.
three as of the week after. So
Yeah.
going back in there. So the gang, they're actually at the comic book store, and
And
we.
I'm sitting there waiting for it. Got it, got it, got it, got it, got it, got it,
That's what I
got
was
it, got
thinking too, but it was the wrong one.
it. No, and I know that, but I do that whenever I'm like in a bookstore in one of my favorite sections or whatever. It's like got it, got it, got it, got it, got it,
Yeah,
got it,
she
got it, got
does.
it. Yeah. Actually,
And
one of my favorite memes that I keep saying is I don't have too many books. They all fit in the box. Husband, you need to stop calling our house a box.
yeah, we have a lot of collectibles in this house.
Yeah. I like
Luckily,
books. I
luckily
like
we've
books.
I like to read.
Yeah.
Luckily we've kept it in our specific rooms, but if
Yeah.
we let it go outside the room, it would actually fill up the house pretty quickly. So
Except for my books. My books are kind of everywhere.
yeah, they
Mm.
are everywhere. So
But they're beautiful, especially the cookbooks.
So as I said, the boys are at the comic book store, and Stuart opens up a brand new box of comic books, and Sheldon's like, "Do you
Do you
smell
smell
that?
that? That's the smell of
Of
new
new comic
comic
book."
books.
And I like it how Howard says they're on me today, guys. And Rose goes, "Oh, have you been selling your sperm again?" And we find out that no, the fact is that Howard has actually just done and sent into space, as in the International Space
Space
Station,
station.
the Wolowitz zero gravity waste disposal system,
In other words, a space toilet.
a space toilet. And of course, this is where we find that Stuart goes and comes over and he wants to speak to Leonard, and he says, "Well, do you remember that I went out with your friend Penny?"
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
goes, yeah, vaguely." And of course, this is where Raj goes, "Yeah, remember that was the night you went to the bar and made a fool out of yourself."
Yeah. Hitting on
And
strange women.
and he goes, okay. And he goes, "Well, and of course, Stuart says, it didn't work out so well." And he goes, "Oh, well, that's a shame. Look, it's okay. You just
Time to move on.
put it
Just
behind you and move on." And he goes, "Well, I can't do that." And he's like, "Why the hell not?" And he goes,
and
"Because I've
I
got
love
a,
it. And he literally just says, "Why the hell not?"
yeah." And he goes, "Because I've got another date with Penny coming up this weekend."
Mm.
And he's like, "Oh, okay." And he says, "So I was wondering if you could give me some advice." And because he just doesn't want to jeopardize, any chance with Penny. And Leonard says, he'll think about, giving him some advice. He goes, "Oh, so you can, you call me." And he goes, "Yeah, or you can call me." And
Yeah.
Stuart's like, "Okay, great." And he walks away and he goes, "Oh, maybe no one will call anybody." And look, as far as you understand, Leonard is he is one of those, he's one of those guys that can be shot down in flames, and he wants to be with Penny, but he's always that, "Yeah, I'm still a really great guy."
Well, and he wants to be with Penny. He doesn't want anyone else to be with Penny, but he
Yeah,
just can't figure out how to make that happen.
yeah, and that's the whole thing
Which is a
is
shame because Leonard really is a great guy.
he is, but I mean, right now he doesn't know how things are. Well, obviously we know that him and Penny are not together, so
Hmm.
he's still like, well, and he's been wanting to be with her for the longest time. It's
Yeah.
just it's just not happening at the moment. And also we see that um Sheldon's standing next to Howard, and really, really nice. Stuart comes over and says, "Oh, Sheldon, here, I pulled the new copy of Hellboy.
It's gonna
It,
really blow your
it'll
mind.
it'll blow your mind." He goes, "Excuse me, spoiler alert." And he goes,
He's
"I
like,
didn't
"What?
spoil
I
anything."
didn't spoil anything. I
And
didn't
he
tell you
goes, "You
anything."
told me my mind would be blown. That means I'm going into the book pre-blown. And once you do that, you can't unblown, you know? So this is where, while Stuart is talking to Leonard about what's going on, sh- you can see that
Okay,
Sheldon walks
now
away.
before they started getting into all of that, they were teasing Howard about the space toilet
Yeah,
about Leonard comes up with a so in other words, they will go where no man has gone before.
boldly go and no man has
Yeah.
gone before. And like how Sheldon goes, ah, I like that. It's a reference between the toilet and Star Trek.
Yeah, and then a little bit later, Raj does, one and two, and he's like, "Oh, so you're doing numerical euphemisms for bodily
Yeah,
functions." So, and this just keeps going. This becomes a thread through the entire episode,
it does.
and
And then
it's
of course,
hilarious.
I like it when Leonard is talking to Stuart that Sheldon comes back and goes, "Oh, excuse me, Stuart, have you seen the new copy of The Flash? I think it was."
Yeah,
And he goes, "No, I haven't." He goes,
well, it's
"Oh, well, I
gonna
have."
blow your socks off. Good luck getting them back on. And
So, I
and
mean,
and 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 Stewart's like, "What the heck?" And Leonard's basically like, "Just ignore him."
yeah, I think that's all we have to do is basically ignore what the hell's going on with with Sheldon. So the next thing we see is Leonard is getting his mail and he bumps into Penny getting her mail. And this is where she seizes the opportunity to ask Leonard whether, she's okay with going out with Stuart.
If he's okay with
Yeah,
her
whether
going
he's
out with
okay
Stewart.
going because
Yeah.
we've had a
We've
thing
had a
like and he
thing.
goes, no, 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 that's in the past. Although my job makes me really look towards the future,
But
but a
I'm
lot
really
of
into sci-fi, which
science and
makes me
that.
look at the past. So
So in conclusion, no, no, it doesn't
yeah.
bother me at all.
I will say though, the way that he's like, I'm that live in the moment to moment kind of thing.
Yeah.
It reminded me of that scene in Pretty Woman when she first gets together with Richard Gere and they're up in the penthouse of the hotel. And it's like he's
Oh,
a planner and
yes.
she's like, yeah, I'm, real moment to moment, and she's snapping her hands and she's like,
That's right.
let's get one of these things on you. She pulls out a whole handful of condoms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
And it just
Yeah.
I'm a moment to moment gal. It just reminded me of that for
Yeah, I
some
remember
weird
that. I
reason.
remember that one.
Yeah.
Um,
Great movie that.
and I like it how, she says, well, wow, that's really nice of you that you're okay with. And she says, because, Stuart's shy, is there any advice you can give me? And he says to him, well, he says to her, just, take it slowly and whatever.
Oh yeah,
And
that's right. Before they left the comic book store, Raj said to um Leonard, you could just tell him to do what you've been doing for the last 2 years, which is nothing.
yeah, exactly. Which would actually work because poor old Leonard is just not having any any
Yeah.
luck whatsoever. But of course, as they're walking upstairs, she's like, "Oh, that's really nice of you that you're okay with us going out."
Mhm.
And he goes, "Yeah, well, that's Leonard,
That's me.
as
That's
if
me.
and that's the whole thing. A lot of good guys always fall by the wayside because a lot of us guys become like the best friend for the girl that we are actually in love with.
Friend zone.
Friend zoned, exactly. You want to say to the girl how, and it does work the same way as the other direction, girls with guys.
Not as
Um,
often though.
really? Well, okay. But the thing is that, and this is the thing is that Leonard is trying to say to Penny, look, I mean, in no uncertain terms that he does want to be with her, but he's trying to be like, oh, I'm okay with it. You know that he's not.
He's
You
trying
know
to
that
tell her what he thinks she wants
she
to
wants to
hear.
hear. But when he found out that Stuart was going to go out with Penny, it was like, why can't you get over it, move on, go away from her? Because but I mean, Leonard does have quite a lot of competition when it comes to Penny.
Yeah. But that being said, I have found in my many years on this planet and multiple relationships that as soon as you start trying to be what you think the other person wants you to be,
Yeah.
that's when you start to lose yourself and you pretty much doom the relationship. It just takes some time before everybody else realizes it too.
Yeah. Yeah, that fails badly. Anybody that is, you know, look, I have had relationships in the past where I've tried to be something that I thought they wanted and was unhappy along the way because I was losing myself. Be genuinely about you. Just be yourself. You don't have to be anything anybody else wants because in all honesty, if you try to be something that you think they want,
You're
you're gonna
becoming something other than what they fell in love with.
exactly.
Yeah.
So always try to be genuine
Yeah.
about about just being the person that you are. We're all awesome people, but I would, as that song says, don't go changing to try and
Oh,
please
I
me.
love Billy Joel.
Yeah.
Dun,
That
dun,
is great
dun,
advice.
dun. Yeah, it
Don't
is.
change to try and please someone else because after they're done with you, they'll sit there and go, "Okay, bye-bye." And you'll sit
Yep.
there and go, "Oh,
And
so
then
I
they
thought,
married the next one.
yeah, well, I don't know. Hasn't happened in my scenario." So the next scene we see is we're in the Caltech cafeteria. I love this scene. This is an awesome scene.
Okay,
And
Sheldon and Leonard are sitting and having lunch in the
yeah,
cafeteria.
and Leonard's phone rings. And he picks it up and he goes, "Oh, Stuart." And he puts his phone in his pocket and it's continuously ringing. Now, Kat said after about 4 rings, it should have gone through to
Okay,
message bank.
four mobile phones, cell phones, ring 4 times, then go to voicemail. It also came up, obviously, where he saw that it was Stuart calling. He could have pressed the red button and sent it straight to voicemail. He didn't have to let it ring,
Yeah.
but I think he did that intentionally to annoy Sheldon.
Yes, he did because he puts it into his pocket and he says, "Oh, it's, Stuart wanting some advice about Penny." And Sheldon is sitting there and goes, "Well, you're assuming that that's what he wants. It may be that the comic book store is burning down and he
Which,
needs your
spoiler
help."
alert, does help and happen in a
It
future
does.
episode.
Yeah. And he goes, okay. And he still doesn't answer it. And he goes, "You're just assuming that's so answer your phone." And he goes, "No, I
Yep.
don't want to answer the phone." And you can see Sheldon's face start
I
to
love how he starts to get
contort.
that twitch.
Answer the phone,
Oh,
Leonard.
Leonard.
And he's like, "No, I don't want to answer the phone." And then you hear it go beep beep. And he goes, "See, there, it went through to message. It went through to messages." And
Check your
she
messages, Leonard.
this thing goes on continuously. And as it is true, Leonard Stuart could be calling him because the store was on fire or something else was going on.
Yep.
And but Leonard refuses to answer the phone. So as this whole thing is going on, and I like one of the comments, he goes about Sheldon instructs Leonard that leaving a message is one half of the social construct. The other half is listening to the message, which is true.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I like it how Leonard just sits there and after he's listened to this, he looks at Sheldon and he goes, "It must be hell inside your head." And Sheldon goes,
Sometimes.
"Sometimes."
Yep.
All of a sudden, Howard comes running into the cafeteria,
Not running, racing.
racing. There's a bit of a problem. We are going code
No.
red,
Yeah, code red. And I love how Sheldon is like code red the emergency,
the
code
hospital
red
emergency, code red, the military thing,
or
or
code red the energy drink from the makers of Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew.
Do you ever have
And
those?
no,
Me either.
no. And we find out that Howard has made a teensy
Tiny
tiny
little error.
error in building the space toilet. And they're like, what problem have they got? And
It's
he
going to
goes,
fail after about 10 flushes.
and I like how Sheldon goes, "But the mission's for 6 months." And he goes, "Yeah." He
Now you see
goes,
why we're code red.
"Yeah," because he said something way worse. He said it's like a Jack in the Box, except something way
Right.
worse is going to
So the
come fly
puppet
out.
is going to come flying out. But that's the thing is he's like, okay, and I have to fix it. And it's like, okay, so why is it code red? And Raj is like, because he doesn't know how to fix it.
He doesn't. He's got no idea how to fix
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
And so I like it how, um, and the whole conversation is going on, and like it how Sheldon goes, "Well, this is certainly a problem," and then looks at Leonard and goes, "Check your messages."
Well, actually, no, before that, there was actually more jokes about poo poo me.
Space, yeah, poop, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and because as Howard said, what am I supposed to do? Ring? Oh, that's right. He goes, what am I supposed to do? Ring NASA and tell them that there's gonna be poop inside their nice, shiny, brand new space station?
Floating around the nice shiny
Yeah.
space station.
So the next scene we see is Howard is bringing in a prototype into the boys' apartment, puts it in the center where the coffee table is supposed to be, and says that this is all the stuff that's on the
Yeah,
space
he
station.
has this
He dumps a
box of
box
stuff.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, this scene where the guys are trying to solve Howard's defective waste disposal system with spare parts that are also available on the crew of the International Space Station spoofs a similar scene in Apollo 13 when NASA techs on Earth use objects also found
Oh, yes.
available to the Apollo 13 crew in an attempt to fix the failing carbon dioxide filtering system. This
They do.
episode also has a scene where an astronaut calls to Houston at the end to announce that we have a little situation, which is an homage to the famous Houston, we have a problem line in Apollo 13.
That's right. The Tom Hanks says, yeah, I didn't realize that one.
Yeah. Oh, and I totally put my trivia in the wrong order. So I've got my last and final trivia for today.
Okay.
In the opening scene, while the
Hmm.
guys are talking, Stewart is removing the comic books from an authentic Diamond Distributions distributors shipping box.
Really?
And did you know, until the post-pandemic reorganization of the comic book industry in mid-2020, Diamond was the exclusive distributor for all major comic book companies.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So they had
Wow.
a genuine box from Diamond.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have opened it. I would have kept it closed. But obviously, on a TV show, it doesn't matter whether you open it or not. But
Yeah.
but the next scene we see is, as I said, Howard has brought in the prototype for the waste disposal system, and while this is all going on, there's a knock on the door. And Leonard goes over to answer it, and there is Stuart, and he's standing in front of the door. And I like it how he says,
And he's like, I
you,
wanted to come in because you never called me.
and he goes, yeah, well, the phone's broken. He goes, oh, well, email, and he goes, yeah, oh, that was broken too. Everything's broken.
Everything's broken
And I like it how Stuart genuinely says, tonight's my date with Penny. Can you give me some advice? Now,
because if it doesn't work tonight, it's not going to work.
yeah. Now, Leonard doesn't give him really good advice. He basically tells Stuart to take it slow,
He
as in
basically, so
glacial.
Leonard takes Raj's advice
Yeah,
and tells Stuart to do what he did. He's like, take it really slow. I mean, glacial.
yeah. And he says,
You know,
don't make a lot of eye
don't make a
contact.
lot of eye contact.
Don't touch her, or if you go to touch her, just it's almost like she's going to break. So don't try and
Yeah,
touch her. And keep your distance. And he's like, well, that plays right into my wheelhouse.
yeah.
And so he goes, thanks for your advice. And he goes, yeah, no problems. And you kids go out and have fun. He shuts the door, and this is where, we know very well that this is the w really bad advice.
Yeah.
And even Raj is saying the fact that you've done this, you're going to have bad karma when if you're reincarnated, you're going to be reincarnated into a banana slug.
Well, no, no. What happens is he says, well, you really messed up your karma, dude. And
Yeah.
Sheldon is like, you can't tell me you actually believe in that stuff. And Raj is like, well, yeah, it's practically Newtonian
Yes.
that, Leonard is a dick to his friend, so therefore he'll be reincarnated as a banana slug.
Yeah.
It's a very elegant system.
And I also like it how when Stuart was standing at the door, he looks over and when Leonard opens the door, Stuart says, am I interrupting?" And he goes, "Oh no, we're just trying to fix." And Howard goes, classified."
Classified.
And he goes, "Oh yeah, it's like a real Manhattan Project."
Yeah.
And I like it at the end of the conversation. Stuart says to Leonard, "What, what is that?" And Howard goes, "You don't know what it is?" And he goes, "No." And he goes, "Good," and slams the door in his face. It's like, really? I mean, it's yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, whatever. Um, and as Leonard says after Raj's conversation about the bad advice, he goes, "Well, it was bad advice, but it wasn't particularly helpful anyway." And of course, this is where Sheldon comments that his mother said that when we deceive for personal gain,
We
we
make
make
Jesus
Jesus
cry.
cry. Now, that's really interesting. Sheldon doesn't believe in God. He is forced to believe. He doesn't go to church. I mean, he's been forced when he
But
was
he'll use
younger.
it when it suits his purposes.
Because you remember when he goes down on his hands and he goes, "I'm going to do the one thing I haven't done before. and he starts to pray to God, and he goes, Jesus, and then they find something. He goes, and I'll be continue to be
It's
a
it's it
disbeliever.
it's when they were trying to get the tickets to Comic-Con.
That's
It
right.
was
Yes.
refresh, 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 refresh,
Yeah.
refresh,
And he was
refresh.
gonna, and he says, I'm gonna do something I've never done before, Lord. And he goes, we're in. And he goes, and I'll continue to be so, as in I'll continue to not
Yeah,
believe. So, um, of course, this whole thing is still making Leonard very, very upset. I mean, he feels obviously he starts to feel bad about the fact that he's given Stuart bad advice, and Stuart's a really good guy. He turns out to be a really good guy throughout the course of the show, except he
yeah,
does get a little bit creepy standing
yeah.
in Howard's and
Or
Bernadette's
his bedroom.
bedroom. But we'll get to that
I
in the
miss
later episodes.
this.
Yes, yeah. Oh, this is yeah, I miss this. Yeah. So of course the guys continue to troubleshoot the space toilet. And Howard brings up several possibilities to try and fix. It was all shot down by by Sheldon, who explains why they just won't work. I mean,
Yeah.
one of them is that he goes to Howard, what about we get this PVC pipe and reinforce the center part? And he goes, yeah, well, it might work okay for the Chinese, but have you seen
The
the Russians they've got
Russians.
up there?
The
Because they've
sides
got
of the
a
Russians
yeah, he goes because they've got the toilet's got a basically
stand
um
up to a
a potato
potato-based
base.
diet.
Yeah.
Mm.
Um so he goes through all this and Sheldon's like, no, that won't work, this won't work, that won't work. And he goes, okay, what about if I just go change my name and go live with my cousin in Israel?
Oh,
And
that
Sheldon
might
goes,
work.
that might work.
Actually, the one I like was when picks up the little thing and
Oh
he's like,
yes.
"How about if we use this little plastic thing to reinforce that?" And he's like, "Well, that would be great, except that's not PVC pipe. It's the thing off of the pizza box that it keeps the cardboard off of the pizza."
Yeah, to stop touching the cheese.
Yeah. Now, the really sad part is I never understood why that was in my pizza box until I saw this show.
No. Oh my God.
I never put two and two together. I could never figure out what that thing was for.
I am I'm not a smart man, but even I know what that thing was.
Nope.
Well
I'm an
done, Jen.
idiot. I know.
Well done, Jenny.
I know I'm an idiot.
No, it's I would have thought everybody knows that. That was when was that?
But then again, I used to be allergic to dairy, so I couldn't eat cheese.
So
So
you wouldn't have seen it.
yeah. So, well, no, it was still in there. I just didn't know what it was for.
Wow. Okay. And see, that's what really annoys me. I wish I was a visionary. How many of us listening to the podcast or watching us through YouTube now wish that we'd actually invented that little bit of
I
plastic?
wish I had invented the little tiny paper umbrella that goes in fancy drinks.
But that's the whole thing is that all these things that are invented, they are so obvious, but yet we just don't think about them.
Yeah.
I would love to have come up with that in the 80s and going, hang on a minute, that goes on the, we could put, and and I invent something like that, and suddenly I'm a multi millionaire.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous
Yeah, that would be nice.
how many great things are invented, and we just never thought it
Hmm.
up, you know?
Yep.
Um, so the next morning, Leonard decides that he wants to, actually, no, before that, he wants to go and do a coffee run.
Yeah, no, he uses that as an excuse. He goes over to Penny's
Yeah.
ostensibly to see if she wants a coffee, but more to find out how things went with Stuart last night.
Yeah. And he goes over and because he actually asks Penny, I'm making a coffee run. Would you like some? And she goes, no, I've already got something. He goes, oh, okay. How did everything go with Stuart last night? And she goes, I
Really
don't
don't
want to
want to
talk
talk
about it.
about it.
And he goes, yeah, because I think I gave him some. And he goes as a bad advice. And she goes,
I
Leonard,
really don't
I
want to
really don't
talk
want to talk
about
about it. What happens between Stuart and myself is none of your business.
it. Hmm.
And slams the door on him.
Yep.
And this is where we see Raja standing in the doorway and he goes, if you want to clean up your karma, then go get my friggin' latte.
Yep.
So as we see, the guys are still trying to fix the toilet, which is failing. And this is where Leonard says, I'm going down to the comic book store. And this is where Sheldon goes, oh, what a brilliant idea. I need a break. And even Raj says, I need a break too. And of course,
And
Howard's
Howard's
like,
like, you can't go anywhere until you
you
help
can,
me fix this.
yeah, you can all go to the comic book store when astronauts can safely poop in space. And like that, Sheldon goes, why can't we go? And why does Leonard have to go? And he goes, because if I have to hear the problem with Penny and Short one more time, I'm going to kick him in his ovaries. And I
Thanks for
like it
having
how,
me back, Howard. You bet,
yeah,
sister.
yeah. And of course, he goes down to the comic book store. Now, as we're seeing, this is where we get down to the comic book store, and he goes in to see Stuart. And he says to Stuart, how are things? How were things, with Penny? And he goes, "Oh, your advice was great, no problems at all. And
He's like,
after two
really?
bottles, yeah." And he goes, "Wow," and he goes, "Yep, was really good. And after two bottles of wine, we were making out in my car." And he goes,
I didn't say to give her
"Give her
wine.
wine." And he goes, "Yeah, but that's where it all went wrong."
So,
South, and he goes, "Why?" And he goes, "You were making out, it was really hot, and at that moment I said, 'Oh, Penny,'
Penny,
and right at the moment where she should have said, 'Oh, Stuart,'
Stuart,
she says
your name.
your name." Leonard?" He
Leonard.
goes, "That is your name, right?" And he goes, "Yeah." And he
Okay.
goes, "Oh, that must." And then first of all, he says, when he says, "I," then everything went wrong, and he goes, "Oh, did you sneeze in her mouth?" I've done that once to a girl.
Yeah. Oh, that's disgusting.
Oh, can you imagine sneezing in somebody's mouth? And when he does say about his, calling by his name, he goes, "Oh, that must have been really bad for you." And he goes, "Yeah, yeah. I mean, it certainly is different than, I'm a dude, right?"
Which immediately makes you think of that movie, The Crying Game.
You know what? Of all these years, I've never seen that movie. I've heard all about it with
It's
the
really good,
with the
actually.
reveal at the end, but I've never ever seen the movie, so I don't know what it's all about. So, you know. Um, but I like it how so he goes, "Well, okay, well look, you know, take it easy." And he's like, "Yep, you too." And you see Leonard walk out of the comic book store. And as the door goes to close, you can see him just in frame, and he jumps up into the air and waves his arms as if to say, "Yes, yes, she
Yes.
still likes me." But obviously, Stuart can't see him when he does that. So while Leonard's been running around talking about to Penny and Stuart, the rest of the guys are still trying to fix Howard's space toilet, and they figure finally they've got it. They're ready to test the fix. And Howard says, "Hand me that Tupperware container." And in the Tupperware container is some of his mother's meatloaf.
Well, first Raj is like, "Wow, that's really heavy." He's like, "Yeah, it's my mother's meatloaf. It's been testing toilets for years."
Yeah. And so he goes and he places it in the toilet. And I like it how he clicks on the button and he goes, "Okay, test in three, two, one." Presses the button and then it shoots up out of the toilet
And
and
you
it
hear it
hits the.
thunk into the ceiling.
Yeah, and
It was
they're
hilarious.
all looking up, and I look at Sheldon's like, "Fascinating."
Yeah.
And Raj goes, "What do you think's the problem?" And Howard goes, "Not enough breadcrumbs."
Breadcrumbs.
So the last part of the episode is apparently we think that Howard has come up with an idea. He's on the phone to NASA and he's saying that, of the fix that he's done, but it's all classified. He will not speak to anybody about this. It's all good. And he hangs up the phone and he says, "Okay, well, they've deployed the fix, so let's just hope it works." So, and the gang are all in the apartment, all leading together. And I like it how Penny says to Leonard, "Who's he on the phone to?" And he goes, "Oh, he's on the phone to NASA. It's a big thing. Don't worry about it. I'll tell you later." And as they're eating, Penny says, "Leonard, can you pass the soy sauce?" And he goes, "Oh, sorry, were you talking to me?" And she goes, "Yeah,
Oh,
I,
I
I said
said your name, didn't I?
name.
And he's like, "Yes, you did."
Yes, you did." Pretending not to
Yeah.
understand exactly what was going on. Then all of a sudden, and of course they're all sitting down they're all eating,
Mhm.
and then all of a sudden, meatloaf falls from the top of the ceiling down into the center of the coffee table,
It's a
and she's like,
boom.
"Yeah," and she's like, "What the hell was that?" And Howard goes, "Meatloaf? What was it doing on the ceiling?" "Oh, that's right, that's right." And Leonard goes, "What was it doing on the ceiling?" And he goes, "That's classified." The next scene we see, in the final scene,
This is one of the best scenes of the show.
we see the International Space Station hovering above the Earth.
Yeah, we're outside
We are
looking at the
outside.
International Space Station, and we're hearing the conversation
Yeah.
between the
This
guys on the station and
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 NASA.
Nessa.
Yeah. And the conversation is basically they want to do an unscheduled EVA, which is a
Spacewalk.
extravehicular activity or a spacewalk. And he says, and of course NASA goes, so how many of you will be going on the
He's like,
walk?
all of us.
All of us. And he goes,
No,
and of
we
course
can't authorize
yeah, NASA
that.
comes back and goes, we can't authorize that. And he goes,
And the astronaut's like, this is more of an FYI. We're already out of here.
we're basically out the door. The episode goes black, and that is the end of the
Because
episode.
you imagine there's just a bunch of poop floating
Space
around,
float poop floating around
which
in
is
the space station.
absolutely disgusting.
But look, this episode doesn't move anybody really along.
Except to find out that Penny
She
does
still
have
has
unacknowledged
feelings.
feelings for Leonard.
Yeah. Now, I mean, look, that could be, you could chalk that up to that Leonard was the last person that she dated, or I mean, that could be a name of anybody's. It doesn't necessarily mean that Penny. You think it is.
I do.
That is just Penny just has this feelings for Leonard.
That was a Freudian slip. That was an unconscious thing that she wishes she were with Leonard.
Okay.
And we'll get
Well,
into that in the next episode.
yeah. The next episode, the last part of the next episode is beautiful.
Yeah, it
It
is.
really is, but we are the only ones that hear it. So,
Yeah.
but as I said, it doesn't move a lot of people along. Um, Shows you that poor old. Oh, one of the classic comments that Sheldon says to Howard is, he goes, with the current situation that we're facing, maybe a detailed letter to MIT may get you
A
a
refund on
refund
your
on your
master's
yeah,
degree.
because it's like with everything that's going on, and it would be that scenario. But look,
Yeah.
as I said, it doesn't move everybody along greatly. It does just show you that Penny's got some feelings for Leonard, but as Kat
Yeah.
said, it is going to certainly play out in the next episode. And as I said, the next
Yeah.
episode is the last episode of season 2.
Yep.
And also just want to let everybody know that on the 28th of February, which is obviously the last Saturday in February, we are going to be doing our regular episode, and
So
we are going to
it'll drop on March 2nd.
will it? It will drop. Yes, it will on March 2nd. So on March 2nd, there'll be our regular episode
Yep.
and a bonus episode on the same day. And the bonus episode is going to be the mailbag because we've actually
Yeah.
worked out that when we do a mailbag, that's our lowest listener interaction.
Yeah.
Not a lot of you guys are interested greatly in our mailbag. So instead of doing an entire episode where you guys miss out on an episode of The Big Bang, we're just going to make it as a bonus.
As a bonus episode that day.
Yeah. So you'll get 2 episodes. You'll get the regular episode and you get the mailbag. Go for it the way you want to, but yeah, we're not
Yep.
going to just do it as this week's going to be the bonus episode as in the mailbag, and then you have to wait to the following week. No, we're just going to just drop it
Yep.
2 in 1. So
Cool. Sounds good.
because yeah. So what is our food count for today?
Do you remember if they had snacks while they were working on the space toilet? I think they did.
I believe they did have some snacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one snack, one Caltech lunch, and one Chinese.
Yes. And we don't have any more fun facts. We've got our crazy credits?
Yeah, of course we got crazy credits.
Yes.
Chuck Lorre Productions number 250. Pardon me. For months, I've woken up to a mysterious intermittent banging sound coming from somewhere in my home. I can't tell you how many mornings I groggily walked around in my pajamas searching for its cause. Frustrated by my inability to locate the source of the banging, I falsely accused my ancient refrigerator and began seeking a replacement. But then I caught a break. Rising early one morning for reasons urinary, I stumbled across the real source of the strange noise. A small yellow-breasted bird living in a tree next to the kitchen window. Periodically, he would fly to the window, furiously peck at it with his beak, and then quickly retreat to a nearby branch. At first, I assumed the morning light caused him to see his reflection and, being of limited intelligence or filled with self-loathing, attack it. But once again, my initial instinct proved to be wrong. After a long conversation with the bird, I learned that he was banging on the window because he had it in for my refrigerator. I have since apologized to the fridge, but it has been, not surprisingly, cool towards me. Sorry, that wasn't really worth the journey.
Okay.
Oh, and you didn't tell everybody what you're wearing today.
Oh, well, I'm wearing a t-shirt that says everything I learned, uh,
No,
everything
everything
I
I
learned.
need to know. Do you want to stand up and show it to the
Oh, yeah.
camera and I'll read it to people?
Let me stand up.
Okay, everything I need to know I learned by watching 80s cartoons. And it's got the logos of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, G.I. Joe, Transformers, Thundercats, and
He,
He-Man.
there we go.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go any further because I'm not wearing underwear. I mean, sorry,
Oh,
I am wearing underwear. I'm not wearing shorts. I didn't want this to suddenly get into an X-rated material
I was
of
going to say
me.
this is a family show.
I know I didn't want to flash my John Thomas. If I haven't seen something I haven't seen before, I'll throw a rock at it.
What's that from?
That is from a movie, and a wonderful 80s movie called My Chauffeur. And she's the only a female driver in a limousine company. And she's going to be changing in, in where the guys get changed. And she says, if I see something I haven't seen before, I'll throw a rock at it. And this guy goes, "You won't be throwing a rock at my John Thomas." See, I have got so many interesting, worthy stuff in my brain of the 80s. It's ridiculous.
I still say line of the day is the classified materials turd.
Yes.
I still say that's the line of the day.
But yes, that is the t-shirt that I'm wearing, just in case anybody is wondering. So I'm
Mhm.
sure there are many of you sitting there going, I cannot get through my day without knowing what Paul is wearing. So now you
Yeah.
know.
Well, that's why I asked.
Dun dun dun. Now you know. So next week we are doing season 2, episode number 23.
The monopolar expedition.
Yes, the last one of season 2. I cannot believe we're at the end of season 2 now.
I know.
And then I don't know. Do you think that after like season 2, things really start picking up where you get to be,
Well, season three
Bernadette,
is also where we
Amy?
meet Bernadette and Amy Farrah Fowler.
Yeah. So things really start picking up.
Yeah,
And look, I think that I like the fact that Stuart becomes more of a continuous, character.
character.
I just don't know how the Stuart Bloom saves the universe is going to work.
We'll figure it out when we
I
get there.
really, I really don't know. Well, I mean, if they do bring it to Australia, because right now we've got all of young Sheldon to do, and then we've got Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, which has not dropped in Australia on the obviously on the streaming networks that we've got.
Yeah.
So, um, I'm hoping we'll be able to do that because if not, then it'll just be the end of young Sheldon. Will be the end of the PMS podcast.
Well,
So.
I mean, we've still got a good couple of years ahead of us for doing just Big Bang and Young Sheldon.
Yeah. Well, I hope
Um,
everybody will stay with us with that one. So
okay, I just tried to log in to see if Georgie and Mandy was there yet, but it sent a code to your email that I can't access.
yeah, and I don't have my
So
phone.
never mind.
So
Well,
no, we'll
so
work
just
it.
ignore that.
We'll work it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so our question for the week.
Yes. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
That.
he always forgets me.
I do not.
So if someone says, don't tell anyone, how long do you realistically last?
Forever.
I think sometimes it depends on what the news is.
No, no, forever. I've got stuff that I have not revealed to anybody since I was, the biggest thing that I've never revealed to anybody was when I was eight,
Yeah,
8 or 9.
yeah.
Never told anybody. And believe me, it's burnt a hole in my brain wanting to tell somebody. But no, I can hold on to um secrets forever. As they
Yes, you
say,
can.
I can put it into a vault, put it into the vault and close it, and you will not get it opened.
Yep. He is good
So,
that way.
and look, it just is also that scenario where if someone trusts you enough to tell you something,
Hmm.
then you must be a pretty special person,
Yeah.
you know. So if you're one of those people that it burns, as Sheldon says, you need to tell me that there is a secret before you tell me whether I want to accept it and
Yeah.
listen to it or not. So if you're the kind of person that cannot hold a secret, then tell somebody before that happens.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell me something very, very important that you want me to hold as a secret? Don't tell me I can't do it.
Yeah.
Give them the opportunity, but don't get a secret from somebody and then go and blab it 3 or 4 months
Yeah,
later.
and don't do what Penny did to Sheldon, which is to tell him something and then say, "Okay, you can't tell Leonard."
Yeah, give somebody a heads up first.
Yeah.
So for me, if someone tells me, and they don't have to say, "Oh, I'm going to tell you a secret. Can you keep a secret?" I know I can keep a secret. Tell me, and it will never be revealed to anybody.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm good. What about you?
I'm pretty much the same.
Same?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I may have had a couple of slips in my life, but by and large,
yeah.
it's not my business. It's not my place to
Hmm.
it's not my story to tell.
So we want everybody who wants to answer us either email us at perpetualmotionsquad00@gmail.com. You can answer us in Spotify in the comment section. That's always open
Or the
24 hours
comments
a
on
day.
YouTube.
Um, the comment section on YouTube, and you just basically answer us on the Facebook group.
Yep.
Oh,
So
is the
it'll be up.
page? The
Yeah.
Facebook page, sorry.
Yeah, the page. It'll be up there
Yeah.
with pictures.
Yeah, so you can answer us there. And also, thank you for everybody who has donated a coffee to us
Yes.
lately.
Yep.
Greatly appreciated. And if you do want to send us a little bit of love, we've always got
PayPal me link.
the PayPal me link in the bottom of either Spotify or on the bottom of YouTube, so you can do that
And
as
it's
well.
also in the about section of the Facebook page and the Facebook group.
So you've got plenty of opportunity. But
Or you can
as
just email us and we'll send it to you.
Yeah, but as we've said before, we do this because we love doing it. And thanks to you guys and all the followers we've got all around the world, you guys have made us number one. You've also
Yep.
made us very successful in doing this. But we are not successful enough to start saying we're going to monetize this and we're getting paid. We do not get paid for this.
No,
We
we
love
don't.
doing
This
this.
is a labor of love.
Yeah.
So if you want to show a little appreciation for the labor of love, just
Yeah, but we
PayPal us.
don't, but we are not asking you to make a donation
No,
because it's not a donation. It's just showing us, Paul and Kat, thank you so much. Here's a coffee on us. But
I enjoy the
but
podcast.
if you listen to us every week and say, I'm not sending you coffee, we still love you.
Yeah,
Not a big deal.
yeah,
We're
we're
doing it
easy
because we
that
love
way.
doing this. So we are,
That's just Paul and Kat.
yeah, that's Leonard. But no, thank you everybody that keeps coming to visit us every week here at PMS. We really appreciate it. And everybody that keeps coming to visit us at YouTube, thank you guys for coming
Yeah,
and watching us. Because, it's really interesting. We watch how the numbers start creeping up, and it's like, I can't believe that people are watching us on YouTube, but we
I
must
know.
be we
They
must be
like looking
entertaining
at the
some.
stuff on behind your
Really, all
behind
the
you.
all the
Yeah,
all the playthings at the back.
yeah. And
Maybe
they like
people
looking at my award.
You know what? Maybe that is the case. Maybe they're looking at your awards going, I need to hire her for stuff. And maybe they look at the back of me and go, okay, he doesn't have that. I'm going to put that on the Christmas list and send him a present at Christmas time with something that I think he likes of Kiss that he doesn't have there. Or in the little corner, there's a little
The
couple of little
Pokemon.
toys, things, Pokemon stuff. I'm going to send him something that he doesn't have.
You should show them the monster trucks I bought you for your birthday last year.
They are buried behind there. I'm not going to try and grab it.
Next time.
I will do it next time.
Yeah. They're really
No
cool.
worries.
I like those.
The fire truck is
The
awesome.
fire trucks are awesome.
But yes, thank you very much, everybody. Really appreciate it.
Alrighty. So thank you for joining us. If you haven't already done so, please leave us a like and a review wherever you listen to this podcast.
Yep.
Please make sure to follow
Yep.
on either Spotify, YouTube, or both.
Absolutely.
Yep. And thank you for being here. If you know somebody who also loves Big Bang, feel free to invite them to join. Boy, I need a nap.
You need a nap.
I really need a nap. I'm tired. But invite them to join the party, and we'll see you next time for season 2, episode 23, the Monopolar Expedition. And in the meantime, we'll catch up with you at the Cheesecake Factory.
Bye, everyone.